Today on Ed Chat, what is going on in Florida? Like, seriously now.
No matter what you do, you're really not solving the issue.
It didn't work. It didn't help out at all.
Plus, former educator and social media talk show host of the Michael Finkley Show, Michael Finkley is here.
The king of daytime, Finkley! Michael Finkley, everybody.
Plus, host of 101 with Courtney Starks. Courtney Starks is here as our guest co-host. The Educators with Damian Anderson, Brynier Seymour, and me, Prince TJ. The Educators start now. What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Educators. Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. Our boy Bry is out today because he is graduating from high school today. So Congratulations, Bry. And we can't wait to hear from you all about you graduating next week. Now, joining us as a guest co-host is author of My Kidneys Fail, But God Didn't, and host of One-on-One with Courtney Starks. Is the talented Courtney Starks is with us. Yes.
Hey, hello.
Yes. Now, I have to ask you, Courtney, because we love doing this every day. It's like my favorite part of the day. So, Damian is always prepared to do this, but are you ready for some Ed Chat?
Oh, I'm ready. Let's go.
That's what we love.
I love the energy.
That's what we love to hear. Let's go. Let's go. Now, as a part of a new safety measure for students, several South Florida schools will be mandating that if pupils only use clear backpacks for the upcoming school year. It is reported that South Florida's Broward County, the schools are enforcing a new safety protocol for pre-K through grade 12 students returning for the fall in 2023. In effort to better protect a safeguard that only clear backpacks and bags will be allowed on all school campuses. It is reported that following the 2018 mass shooting in Parkland, the Broward County School District gave the school students clear backpacks as an experiment, but it only lasted a few weeks. So, gentlemen, what are your thoughts about this situation, and should other schools chime in on this?
So let's talk about the fact that these states have implemented all of this other garbage instead of just putting proper regulations where they need to be. Backpacks don't stop people from carrying guns.
Right.
I'm just so sorry. So whether you have a backpack or not, unless you are willing to make the proper change, no matter what you do, you're really not solving the issue. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like government are trying to gaslight us into believing that if we follow these standards or if we just listen to these rules and regulations, that maybe people may not bring guns to school. But it failed across the line. So at what point are we going to say enough is enough? You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. And I absolutely agree with you because, like, I remember this back somewhere in my middle school years, they just started to, switch our book bags around, making us have, take clear book packs to school. And I quite didn't understand that at the time. And then it didn't work. It didn't help out at all. It seriously didn't, because just like you said, that's not going to help, with someone bringing a gun to school. It's not going to help at all. And then it goes on to say, further details about the new policy. It reveals that only clear bags like lunch boxes, purses, etc., they are permitted. It then goes on. And I feel like, I'm sick and tired. Like TJ knows this. I'm sick and tired of, we have to constantly always talk about these school shootings. Like I'm seriously fed up with it. I'm sick and tired of it. What is going to make, for our governors, for everybody to seriously like wake up and enough is enough. Like how many more lives is it going to take? Like for our children, seriously, because it's ridiculous. It's and with this, what Florida is doing, I'm sorry, but it's not going to help. It's not going to help with these clear backpack. It's just not for my end. It's just not.
Okay, so I have to say that here in Texas, school backpacks, you can have them, but they have to be clear or mesh.
Yeah.
Um, as you can see, it didn't work because I'm about to tell you that earlier this school year, like this 2023 alone, we are literally 5 months into the year, and they've already found about 3 to 5 guns in students' backpacks. Like you said, that it's making backpacks clear is not going to stop anybody from carrying guns, knives, vapes, because that's what the thing that teens are doing nowadays. I don't know why, but that's them. I don't agree with that, but yes, I do agree with you, gentlemen, that it's not going to stop students from bringing guns and all this violent stuff that can cause many bad things into our campuses. So do I agree with making the backpacks clear? No, I don't. Do other schools need to chime in on the situation? I'm gonna say no because it's not going to help anything. I want you to be able to do something that's going to help the school system. That's going to help the students and all the rest of the students stay safe. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I just have to say this again onto the show. It starts at home. I'm just gonna have to, it starts at home, like parents. I'm not speaking to our parents out here because I know, parents are different, with their childs and stuff. But I'm just saying, check your child's backpack, what's inside of it before, they leave to school. Because for me, that would like greatly help out for our parents or whoever our child goes to, home to. Check the
Yeah.
backpacks to make sure what's inside of it, what needs to be inside of it, and so on and so on. I'm just saying because
And I
it's
think
just
that is also a twofold conversation, right? Because
yeah.
a lot of times sometimes you got parents, you got to check your child, but who's checking the parent, right? Because
Right.
where are the kids getting the gun from? And a lot of times you see or you hear on the news that the parent had a registered gun at home. Why? 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 What do you need the gun for? Yeah, there's some protections where you may be in an environment that may not be as safe. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, when you're investigating what this is about, these are people who are just randomly purchasing guns. And because in places like Florida, ghost guns are legal, you can go in there with a mask on and get a gun and no one's going to question it. You then leave room for error, right? Like these things to happen. Register a gun because in your mind, well, we go hunting, but you don't keep in mind that kids are going to be kids, right? And you don't know what goes on when they walk outside that door until they get back home, and the amount of bullying, the amount of things that can happen, or just the amount of just wanting to see what this is, right? What does this thing do? Because I've seen so and so do it on TV, so now I want to try it and not realize the ramifications. So I always go back to legislation, right? At the end of the day, in order to decrease these measures, you have to increase the change in law. Because any other conversation is null and void until we start there. We got to start at the top before we trickle our way down,
I absolutely agree. Absolutely. You're totally right. So you guys get this here. We're going to continue to talk about Florida because I'm going to just say this, something is Florida, get it
Yeah.
together, get it together, because I don't know if you guys heard of this, but they have removed all social justice content regarding Black Lives Matter and George Floyd from social studies textbooks.
Mm.
The Florida Department of Education said they have removed unsolicited topics and inaccuracy from textbooks. Now, according to WPTV, several paragraphs in a potential middle school textbook under the heading, and I quote, New Calls for Social Justice, they discuss the Black Lives Matter movement and the death of George Floyd. However, though, the state education department flagged the content as an unsolicited topic. And other topics, including you have socialism and a reference to taking a knee during the national anthem, they were also removed from an elementary school textbook. And Education Commissioner Manny Diaz, he said the department wanted to provide materials that, and I quote this, focus on historical facts and are free from inaccuracy or ideologic rhetoric. So, fellas, I'm a judge. What do you think? What do you think of this? This is, I'm just gonna have to say, it's bull. Why are they removing this from the textbook? The Black Lives Matter movement, and then you have the George Floyd. Really, what's going on? What's going on?
I think that and I've heard this prior, so this was new when I kind of looked this one up, but they've been doing this now for a while, right? And it's not even just Florida. There are other red states that are in alignment with erasing our history, right? And the reason why I say our is because all three of us are young Black men in this stream of things, right? And
Yes.
they're erasing that part of history and saying, oh, we want to fill it in with cookie cutter things. That's what I want to call it, because it is what it is, right? Cookie cutter information. So yes, we can talk about slavery, but then we need to move on to something much bigger like Legally Blonde, right? And it's like, no. What we're not going to do is erase the fact that you guys are trying to have been whitewashing the entire scenario of our lives since we've been here. And these are the things that are happening, and that is a historical fact, right? Racism is a historical fact. Segregation is a historical fact. The fact that it still exists today is a fact. But once again, this goes back to the legal system. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. TJ, what are you thinking?
I mean, everything that Courtney just said is solely true. Is majorly true. I think that's what they're doing, is trying to wipe away our history. But I mean, this is kind of like similar to the AP ban in Florida when they're trying to, just wipe out Black history. Again, why do the other races, the other other cultures get to learn about their history, but us Black people, us young Black people, don't get to learn about our history?
They're trying to wipe us away.
Yeah, like in that when Damien was saying earlier about things starting at home, that needs to happen at home, right?
Yes.
And I feel like the lack in education, and forgive me if people feel like it may be harsh, but you only have a certain amount of time in a certain amount of classes in school, right? You're not in these classes all day. There is so much that a teacher can educate you on inside of a classroom. These things need to be continued at home. So when we talk about starting these things, they also then need to be started at home. So even if they're not being taught in said schools, at home that these things are real, right? There's books that are free. It's called a library. You know what I mean? We have all been afforded the opportunity to have a phone with internet. We need to start looking these things up, asking questions, downloading these things in our mind, and being able to not only keep it for ourselves, but spread that awareness. Because if not, like you were saying, they will wipe it away like it never happened.
It's a mess. It's just ridiculous. We got to do better. We got to do better. And for me, I'm probably going to be a little harsh here. And I quite mentioned this on the show before, but I'm gonna just talk right now to all the white people out into the world. I don't mean no harm against you guys. I seriously don't, because I have white friends myself. But for me, if you want to come and talk with me about, whatever, about, well, I mean, seriously, like whatever, it really doesn't matter. For me, I'm just speaking on for me. If you want to come talk to me, you need to do your research first. I'm sorry, you got to do your homework before you talk with me with anything, because you can't come to me talking about inaccurate stuff, crap stuff, and we're going to have a disagreement. That's not the type of conversation that I want to have. I want to have a civil conversation with you. We can go back and forth in a respectful kind of a way, not in a disrespectful kind of way. So I'm just sorry. Before you come talk with me about anything, do your research first. Do your homework before you come talk with me. I'm probably harsh about that, but that's just with me over here. I just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Florida got something going on.
Yeah.
I know. Florida is a mess.
It also adds to manipulation, right? Because then they can change the narrative, right? Well, because then it goes back to music videos and TV, right? Because if they wipe away our history, then the only history that we have or that they see is of people doing drugs or people smoking or gangs. And once again, that's not reality. That's what you see on television. But then it gives them a quote unquote cause to treat us a specific way because they believe that all Black people are that way. When in reality, that's further from the truth,
Man, it's crazy. Florida, please do something, because this is outrageous. On that note, we had to take a quick break, but there's more Ed Chat with our guest co-host, Courtney Starks. We'll be right back. This is The Educators.
Love watching The Educators? You could be a part of our conversation too. The Educators is active on social media. Like us on Facebook and be a part of our conversation by telling us what you think. Follow us on Instagram for behind-the-scenes content of our show, and follow us on Twitter to stay up to date with what's happening on our show and the world. You keep the conversation going, so get social with your friends now. Like, comment, and connect with us on The Educators. Welcome back, you guys, to The Educators. We are back with more Ed Chat with the awesome Courtney Starks. Yes, we are. So now you guys get this here, because I came across something that really caught my attention. And it deals with work friends are crucial for your health. Only 20% of U.S. adults say they have a best friend at work. That's just sad. 20%. Oh gosh. And they are also saying, it's when you get social support in the workplace, and it's great for your health and well-being, and not just for your emotional health and your mental health, but it also boosts your internal health, because you have less risk of burnout, a better judgment, you have fewer traumatic experience, and the list goes on and on. So fellas, I have to ask you this here. Are you in agreement with work friends are crucial for your health? What do you think?
Yeah, but I also believe I will disagree
Okay.
where we talk about emotional and mental, right? Because I do believe that that kind of harnesses on that exact thing, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
emotionally and mentally, we spend a lot of our time with those people. like that's
Yeah.
just that's a fact, right? Like right now, depending on where you are in your life, you got friends from school, but then like life happens and those people wither away. So if they're not your best friend by the time you graduate, they're not your friends anymore. You may have them on social media, but they don't know what's going on with you. They don't know that you're struggling. They don't understand that life is life thing. You know what I mean? With your work friends, a lot of it is compatibility because number one, you work at the same place. Number two, 9 times out of 10, you're having that same conversation of where your life is at or where you want to be or what you want to do if you decide you don't want to spend more time at that job and you guys grow a connection that for me sometimes outstreams the job. You know what I mean? Like we're both
Yeah.
quit, but you and I have not created a friendship, and I think mentally and emotionally it makes us better. You know what I mean? Not just when you think about internally is mentally and emotionally. You know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
two in one. So I do believe that it's important and it's imperative to have work friends.
Okay. Okay, I feel you on that. TJ, what about you? Are you in agreement with this?
Yeah, I gotta agree because the only reason because you know, I'm still in school, as everybody may know,
Yeah.
and like Courtney said, you have school friends, but when if you graduate and they're not with you, they're not knowing what's going on with you.
Yeah.
You might have them, like you said, you might have them on social media, but they don't know what's actually mentally, physically going on with you. Then they're not your friends at that point. I think everybody needs some friends. I think, but we're speaking at work here. We're speaking at work. Work. You, yeah, I believe that you 20%. Okay, wow, that's a little bit of
Yeah.
percent. I think you should have more. Okay, I think you should have friends at work only because um you don't want to work in a place where you feel that you're disliked or you just don't feel comfortable. When I like to work, I like to communicate. I like to say, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, Damien. Hey, Courtney. How y'all doing?" You know,
Yeah.
when we come in here to work, when we're filming the show right now, when we came in here to work, we're like, "Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up?" You don't. Okay. This is our one. This is our one. Uh, you should be able to have friends, but not a large group. Does that make sense? A
I
large
agree.
group, a large group of friends can, I believe, put too much on you. You know,
Yeah, you
yeah,
should because I say this all TJ, I got you on this because I say this all
yeah.
the time onto the show. You gotta because with me in my circle, I have the people that I trust the most. They trust me, they understand me, I understand them as well. You gotta have those types of people that are there for you because you have some so-called best friends who act like they're your best friends, but really eternal, in the long run, when something bad happens in your life or whatever, uh, where are they at? Where are they at? See that kind of flips because that doesn't work with me. That doesn't work with me. But with TJ, going back to what you were saying, I quite disagree on what you were saying about because you were saying something about you gotta have work friends, for them to to like you and stuff like that. Well, I have to say this: there are going to be some people who are just going to dislike you. That's just part of life.
Oh
It
yeah,
is,
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
it's because not everybody we come in contact with is not going to like you. I have experienced that, and I question myself all the time. It's like, okay, but I came to realize that it's just part of life. Not everybody's going to like me because of my personality, this and that. So it's just work 20%.
That's
That's
low.
bad. That's yeah.
That's
That's real low, especially, I think I have been working since the dark ages, right? And so I think I want to say since I was 14, I have been working. And I'm in my 30s now. And I realized that a lot of the people who are in my life right now are people that I work with. Like the people that I went to college with, the people that I went to high school with. Yeah, I may say hi to you from time to time, but the people on the journey with me now who are in my circle now, 9 times out of 10, we've worked together and we created a bond outside of the job. Now, I did agree with Tito when he said you don't want to be friends with everybody at work because there are just some people who are not there to be your friends. They're there as informants, right? And they're willing to shout you out to the manager or shout you out to corporate as soon as things don't go their way. But I do believe that having those friends creates a confiding spirit in you that you may not have had prior to. And I feel like you need people that you can confide in at work, especially when you're going through, right? Especially when you're in a place where you have nobody else to talk to. You need to have someone in your corner who understands you, right? And can relate. And a lot of times it's not your aunt or your uncle. When you go home, you can't talk to them about work. They don't know what the hell you're talking about. They don't know. What do you mean?
Exactly.
Like Damien's job. What do you mean the kids get on your nerves? I don't work there. I don't know. I can't empathize. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a good job, gentlemen. Speaking, I couldn't even speak on that. It was just
You're
okay. Moving on, let's talk artificial intelligence, which is described as the most transformative technology of the 21st century. Now, here's the thing, though. It is reshaping every industry and field of human activity, including education. In the classroom, it is found in the form of virtual assistants that can help both with students and teachers to manage that time and complete their assignments. Tutoring systems and tutoring systems that can provide personalized learning experiences for students of all ages and abilities, powering remote online learning systems where the it can adapt the pace of teaching to match students. Oh, what's going on with me today? It can adapt the pace of teaching to match students' needs. Languages, translations, and in educational settings where pupils speak a wide variety of languages and many other applications. It's even been reported that some schools in China have implemented facial recognition technology using computer vision systems to monitor whether or not students are paying attention in class. Any thoughts from you, gentlemen?
They coming to kill us, y'all. That's just what that is. They're coming to kill us. This is like something out of a movie. I think of Independence Day and iRobot. What do you mean it can take on languages? What do you mean it can allow you can talk to it? What?
Oh my gosh.
I think of not TikTok. Snapchat has an AI feature now where you can have full-blown conversation with an AI. First of all, I'm not talking to you. You're not about to get up in here. What? No. I'm just letting you guys, yeah.
I don't understand. I really don't. With this, and then also with Chat GPT in schools, I don't understand those at all because I don't. No.
Yeah.
You know what happens, right? So we were taking a little quiz for math, right? And a kid came up to me and say, "You need the answers." I'm like, "No, dude, I got my notes right here. Just use your notes." And he was like, "Just use this AI. I'm just asking the AI for the answers, and they're giving it to me." What do you mean?
I don't know.
This AI is helping students cheat.
Yes, it
instead
is.
of, I don't understand. You can literally your nose is sitting right in front of you. Use them. Why are you
Yeah.
asking the whole AI bot?
Writing
Yeah.
essays, doing I won't be used to that in my classroom. It just no.
Yeah. It takes away from education,
It
right?
does.
So instead of, I know in some aspect people think, oh, it's challenging people. No, it's making them lazy, right?
Yes.
You figure,
Yes.
because I think it gradually, progresses over time, right? You figure, here come these laptops and phones that now have all of this high level internet. You can go on Google and get an answer, and now you have a bot that you can go to and do the same thing. So I felt like it's a forward movement. And I think after that is going to be bots now doing jobs that humans have been doing for years. You know what I mean? And that's just, once again, a systematic approach to take away people's rights, right? Take away people's voices. Because if I can get a bot to do it, then I don't got to pay you to do it. Then this can be free. And I can make money on top of money without having to pay you to do a job.
Yo, that is so true right now. He's just speaking fact after fact after fact today.
It's sad. It's really sad.
It really is. It really is,
Scary.
especially in education in our schools. It's just
because how do you expect kids to want to have a thirst for learning and education when they can just go and ask this bot a question and they'll give them the answer?
I know,
right? Because then it's like, then what's the purpose of having a educator there who went to school for so many years and did so many things?
It feels like a
to
waste.
Get to this place, and it's like all for nothing, right? All for void, because now I have a bot to take your job. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Exactly. I have a bot that can do what you do in 0.5 seconds, and it's not right at all.
It's not. It's not. We gotta all come together so we can get rid of this as soon as possible because it's a mess. It's ridiculous. So you guys, we're gonna take a quick break. But we will come back with more of The Educators right after this. Don't go anywhere. This is The Educators.
Welcome back, friends. Welcome to The Educators, and thank you so much for joining us today. And first and foremost, this person coming into The Educators, it literally needs no introduction. Literally does not need no introduction. He is a king himself, a king of daytime. So please join me in welcoming our guest for the day, Finkley. Michael Finkley, everybody.
Hey everybody, how are you? I'm so excited to be here. I really am. Thank you for the invite.
We are excited. Thank you so much for coming. South Carolina on. It's funny because I interviewed him at the top of the year, and now I'm interviewing you at the end of the year. Ain't that so crazy?
Oh, mind blowing, my friend. Mind blowing. It's all in the circle of life.
Honestly, the circle of life. The circle of life. So I want to ask you this because when people watch Michael Finkley's show, they always know Mr. Finkley. They always know Michael Finkley. You know, he interviews big celebrities. He just had a Grammy Award winning singer the other day, movie director, well, BET and all that. So
Exactly.
let me ask you this: how do the viewers know Finkley? How do you resonate? Okay, so let's make a scenario about this. You walk up in the viewer's house. You walk up in their house. You're like, "Hi, I'm Finkley," and you shake the hand and sit down and have a real conversation. How do you introduce yourself to the viewer every day with the Michael Finkley Show?
Oh wow! So I do just that, right? Before I go into, if you're just talking about my show, then I do a brief intro of, what the show will be about, but I give tidbits about myself too, because I want to be that three-dimensional figure that people want to see, want to keep on watching. So you have to be real. You have to be yourself. And that is first of all, that's why I named my show after me, because it's me, but because you're going to get me. And that's what I want the viewers to get. It's Finkley, learn more about me. And then, of course, we're going to talk about what else is going on in the show as well. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, I hear that. Now you have so many things going on in your life right now. I mean, you're just everywhere, you're just doing everything all at once. I possibly don't know how you do it, but you're doing it and you're making it look easy too. You're making it look
Really? Bless your heart. Blessings to you.
back to you. So what's been going on? What has been happening with you, Michael Finkley?
Oh wow, where do I start? Well, the show, like I said, I'm in my 6th season, and we just celebrated 3 years of the Michael Finkley Show, April 13th. Yeah, so the time flew by so quickly. The other night, literally, before I went to bed, I was on YouTube looking at my older shows. I'm like, whoa, what was I thinking? Whoa, I've come a long way.
Yeah.
By presentation, as in by my own appearance, right? I feel like I've gotten better with it when it comes down to hair and makeup and dress and all that kind of good stuff. And then the guest as well. I could interview anybody, but just the persons that come on the show with conversations, I've learned to ask those probing questions that some hosts are afraid to ask. So digging deeper. So I'm that. Stella Awards, red carpet events, just come a mighty long way within my show. And the show started from my consulting firm, my educational consulting firm, because by trade, I'm an educator. I've been one for the past 12 years. I have a master's in education, or 2 of them in education, a bachelor's in English. And so, just working towards that goal, right? That personal goal for me. So within my consulting firm, I go out and I do different workshops and sessions. I have my books that persons and students can buy just to assist them in their college and career endeavors. So we're still going to schools and presenting. Bri, I'm at your school this year doing sessions in the evening on Wednesdays. So that's exciting. And then, I'm back in school as well, working on another degree. Yeah.
I'm through.
I haven't told anyone that.
No, this is my first time hearing. I'm like, come through.
Yeah. So, because, I love education. I love learning. I love learning. So, you can never, stop learning. If you say you know everything, then I'm scared of you, because in life you're supposed to learn and grow with it.
Absolutely.
But all in the midst of that, it all goes back into networking as well with different people. I'm a people person. And so I don't mind jumping on the Zoom call or a phone call or a text or email to, have a conversation. I feel that I'm very personable. So, we're gonna continue to be that way, and I'm just focused more than ever on my biggest dreams. I just came out with my new single, "Biggest Dream Come True."
His biggest dream come true. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
It's my
Hey,
biggest dream come true. I love that, by the way. I love
Thank
that.
you so
that song
much.
get in my head every day.
You
I
can
be walking
catch
around
me.
class. I be walking. I be like, oh my, oh my. I'm like, whoa, oh my.
You can catch me right here in the set. Just oh wow, oh wow.
Oh my
It's my
God.
biggest dream come true.
And then sometimes we be filming shows and teachers be just singing, oh my TJ, film it, man. Come on, man.
Just expose it all.
Yeah. Oh my word! I'm so glad that I can contribute to your everyday lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always do every day with the Michael
Even
Finkley
how
show.
that came about. I was having a conversation with someone the other day. If I want to write a song, I'm going to write a song. If I want to write a book, I'm going to write a book. Right?
Exactly.
If I want to host a show, I'm going to host a show. Right?
Yeah.
I want to do whatever that feels right to me and not having any limits. Right? Because people look at me and it's like, you're in education, you're in entertainment,
Yeah. What about it? What about
right, right. I'm just doing what I like to do, just like you do what you like to do. So,
Exactly.
yeah, I want it all in life because life is too short.
Really?
Life is too short.
Really? Yeah.
I want to do it all while I still have time to do it.
Yes.
So, I never want to have
Oh, there it is. There it is.
never want to have the conversations of shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
There you go.
There it is. There it is.
But yeah,
There you go.
I guess that's me in a nutshell right now. What I'm doing currently in my life, in this season in my life.
Yeah. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you.
I often try to tell Finkley this all the time. I'll be like, you're one of my biggest mentors and biggest inspirations. I try to tell him this all the time. He be like, me, little old me. I'm like, yeah, because it's real, because it makes you think like, oh, of course, everybody does this thing here and there, but it really means something with somebody that grew up in the same, forte near you, forte for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in that same rope and doing the same thing like you, and is doing it. Come on, like that has to be an inspiration. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really.
Like I said, every time you say it though, Brian, it really means a lot to me because I'm just doing what I love.
Right.
And if someone can be inspired by that along the way of their journey and my journey, then I say that, I'm doing the right thing, right?
You
Not
are.
only for them, but for me too.
Yes.
So,
There you go.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
And you mentioned that this is something that you wanted to do, like the Michael Finkley show. Well, the logo that say behind you right there. Yeah, the Michael Finkley. You said that that's been something that you want to do, and so okay. So I have a question: how long do you see yourself doing the Michael Finkley show?
I feel as long as people have a story and they want to talk, then I'm going to do it. I want to continue to do it. There was a phase maybe a few seasons ago where I said to myself, this is it. I literally season 5. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stop because I didn't feel that people were getting it. I invested so much. And you know how it is, fellas. When you invest so much, right? You put your time in it, you put your effort in it, you put your money in it, right? All these different resources, and are people really getting it? But I had to put that to the side, and it's like, you know what? I get it.
Exactly.
Right? And when I get it, I feel that's all that matters. And so, I'm going to continue. I don't know how long that will be. I can't say it's going to be another 10 years, another 20 years, but I don't know. I don't know. But as long as I'm able to do it, I'm going to continue to talk. Because that's what we need in 2023.
We have to take another quick break, but don't you move and go anywhere. We're coming right back with more of our interview with Michael Finkley after this. You're watching The Educators.
Love watching The Educators? You can be a part of the conversation too. The Educators is active on social media. Like us on Facebook and be a part of the conversation by telling us what you think. Follow us on Instagram for behind the scenes moments of the show. Follow us on Twitter to stay up to date with what's happening on our show and the world. you can keep the conversation going. So get social with your friends now. Like, comment, and connect with us on The Educators.
Michael Finkley Show. So many qualified interviews. How do you feel now at your show success from back then to now?
It feels good. You know, that now that I got over the aspect of are people getting it? I feel that now they are. I feel now that they are. I always tell people always ask me, how do you get your guest?
Yeah.
How do how does that process work for you? And, we go into detail of how that works for me. And I always tell them at the end, I never want for guests because people, they get it. They're getting it, right? They see my show and how I put my time into it. I put my love into it. Being that has my name on it, I'm going to do it well.
I hear that.
Yeah, that part. You better listen. I had a conversation today with a reality star. We were talking on the phone, and he was basically telling me, he's like, "Hey, I love the way your promos are, your color scheme, and all this is just so sharp." I'm like, "Wow, people get it, right? People get the interviews of me asking those rough and tough questions. I'm not afraid to go there because if I want to know, other people want to know."
Exactly.
Right? So, but yeah, I'm excited about where my show is and where it's going in the future. I don't want to be on, virtual forever, right? So my ultimate goal is to go into someone's network, right? A major network, like
And into existence.
as I'm saying it, it's going to come because it's out there now.
Exactly.
Like ABC, CBS, Fox, whatever, right? They're going to see and say, "I'm going to take a chance on this young man because he has something."
I would love to see that.
Me too.
Oh, it's going to happen, sir. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So that's where we are. But I am so excited about where the show is now. I really am. I literally cry when I watch myself on TV. Literally, I do.
Wow.
Because it's my biggest dream come true.
Hey. There you have it.
I had to throw that in there.
Yeah, I love that. I really do. Because it is your biggest dream come true.
Yes.
And it's true.
Yes.
It's testimony.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah. Now, look, now we're getting real now. We're getting real.
What's going on?
We're getting real. Okay, so now you have a job, Michael Finkley Show. You there every Monday to give people what they want, to give people what they need, because that's what we need. We need the Michael Finkley Show, okay? We don't know what we would do on Mondays without the Michael Finkley Show, okay?
Oh, wow.
Am I right, Brian? Am I right? Okay, so what's your favorite part about doing the show, and what's your least favorite part about doing the show?
Yeah,
I would say my favorite part is actually talking.
Okay.
Actually doing the interviews, having those conversations. I remember someone asked me the other day, "What's been my most impactful interview?" No. They said, "What's your best one? Who's your best one?" I'm like, I don't have a best. because all my guests bring me something that I can apply to my daily life too.
Yeah.
But my most impactful one was Grammy nominated comedian and actor Lavelle Crawford. And at the end of that interview, he said that once he retires from comedy, he wants to start a church and save souls. That's what he said. I'm like, wow, that really blew my mind, because just seeing him and what he does, you would have never guessed that. But at the end of it, he was real, he was honest, and that's what he wants to do. And I tell you, because I've never heard that in an interview that I've seen him in, he said that. So now my interview is on his website. You go to his website, I'm the only interview type. Look, Brian's doing it. Look, I'm the only interview type, platform that he put on his website. Like, he could have put any other big name, but he chose mine, and I'm so grateful for it. And that I don't have any words. I'm just grateful. But that's my favorite part in learning about people. Like Anthony Dalton II, he said his son saved his life.
Oh, wow.
He was going through a rough time. His father passed away years ago. His mother had just passed away, and he was about to take his own life. But his son came, and he said, literally, this is why I'm still here. It's because of my son.
Wow.
I love it. I love it. People find themselves here. So that's my favorite part in learning about people and talking. Because I say a prayer every time before I turn on this camera. I say, God, I want the person that's interviewing to get something from it. I want to get something from it. And the people that will watch this later, I want them to get something from it as well.
Yeah.
So it's been working. It's been working. That prayer that I prayed has been working. I would say my least favorite part is the whole behind the scenes stuff of editing. I have an awesome graphic person that does my graphics and stuff, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm working towards even more so now about the whole social media aspect. I have someone that does things for the Finkley experience, but for my show, I post everything for my show and everything. So those are my favorite, not so favorite things to do, because I feel like I'm taking away from something else that I could be doing more constructively. But yeah, but I feel that that's not gonna. Those things will be filled soon. Someone will come and say, I want to do this for you, Finkley. So I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. If you're watching, come now. But yeah, I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you find it, Brian?
Huh?
Did you find it?
I did. I did. Literally. Up there. Lavelle Crawford.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite comedians.
I know.
One of my favorite comedians.
It's amazing. He rags on himself before others can.
Ooh.
Yeah. He comes for himself before you can come for him. Because I'm gonna talk about myself first. You can talk about me. Because I know me. That's always what I get from him.
Yeah.
He's always talking. He's always picking on himself. I want to pick on me before you can.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's true. That's true. All right. Now, real quick before we go, now.
Oh, leaving?
Yeah. Sadly, we gotta. This is only a one show. What? Okay, real quick. What upcoming projects can we expect?
Y'all want all the tea. So,
put him on spotlight. Put him on spotlight. Camera guy, put him on spotlight.
You know what? I'm at a loss for words. I'm working on the show will last until late June. So you get to see a birthday celebration. I've never done that before. And in the future, you will see this is going to look a little differently next time. You probably see it in season 7, which is starting in late September. So you will see. I'm not changing it too much, but there's going to be some new looks. But also too, we've been invited to some other red carpet events that we'll be posting soon. This weekend, actually, I'm headed to Atlanta for a Power of Podcast forum where I get to talk about the show and how I do different things on my show. And I get to perform my song as well at this event. So that's exciting. But yeah, you may see. But yeah, that part. Of course, you're going to see some amazing individuals as well that I'll be interviewing. I'm not going to name some right now, but in the future, like on Monday's show, you have Courtney who is the director of the reading on BET Plus. We started on Meet. He was able to work with Lee Daniels as well.
Yeah.
And rising country artist Tony Evans Jr., which he just was on the Tamron Hall show, daytime show, for the first time nationally singing. So he's about to blow up as well. So he's going to be on Monday's show as well. So just be on the lookout. Because sometimes I don't know. I don't know when this phone rings. I don't know what PR person. I don't know who's going to pick up, I don't know.
Right. You just
nice. So I just got an email today about a famous gospel artist that said they want on my show. So be on the lookout for that. I'm not going to name names.
I love that.
Be on the lookout for that.
Smart. He's not gonna give no names. Smart.
No names. I'm surprised. So when you on the IG page of Michael Finkel or Facebook or Twitter or whatever, TikTok, when that thing says on the next Michael Finkel, be on the lookout because that's how you want to find out.
You gotta watch. You gotta watch.
No, you can't skip. You gotta watch the full thing.
You gotta watch.
Yeah, watch the full thing.
Oh, and also too, I want to mention this. I must say, I want to give a special shout out to Timothy Clifton. He does Motivational Mondays for us every Monday. He's also based out of Texas. I found him a few years ago on IG, and so young but powerful message, and he's been rocking with me ever since. Every time my season's up, I'm like, "You want to come back?" He's like, "Yes, I want to come back." So, special shout out to him. He has been fantastic on the show and just giving that wisdom that we need to start our week off. So, shout out to you, Tim. Shout out to you.
Oh, everybody! The Michael Finkley Show airs every Monday. All right, every Monday, 12 Eastern, 11 Central. All right, be there. Mondays for the motivation, for the love, and of course, watching all these dreams come true. The Michael Finkley Show again airs Mondays, 12 noon, 11 Central. Only on YouTube, U42, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts. And I'm missing a lot of names, CTR Media, and am I missing something?
You got it. You covered it all.
He said you got it.
Appreciate you so much.
Mr. Questions, so go to our website, michaelfinklyshow.com. But yes, I think it's
MichaelFinklyshow.com. Go to MichaelFinklyshow.com. Everybody, Finkley! Yeah! We have more of the educators coming up next.
Love watching The Educators? You can be a part of the conversation too. The Educators is active on social media. Like us on Facebook and be a part of the conversation by telling us what you think. Follow us on Instagram for behind-the-scenes content of our show. And follow us on Twitter to stay up to date with what's happening on our show and the world. You keep the conversation going, so get social with your friends now. Like, comment, and connect with us on The Educators.
Closed captioning and other consideration for The Educators provided by
Welcome back. What a great show today, fellas. Courtney, thanks so much for being with us here today.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. You guys were amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so
So
much.
Courtney, before we go, I have to ask you just one quick question. How did you enjoy your time with us today? Did you enjoy it at all?
I felt like I was part of the family.
Yes.
I'm a part of the educators.
That's what I like to hear. Yes. You most definitely are. Yes. Come back anytime. Come back anytime.
Please. Now, we also want to thank our boy Michael Finkley for stopping by today. And again, congratulations to our boy Bry Near for graduating today, because he's graduating. We're proud of you. We miss you, and we can't wait to see you right back here with us next week. And we thank you to our Ed fam for watching from your homes each and every Wednesday and Thursday. We love you so much, and we'll see you guys right back here next time on The Educators.